How you doing? How you doing? It is Monday, January 7th. I'm back in the studio, and it's now basically the middle of the day. I've been shooting for a couple of hours, and I've reached that point where the SD card in my camera just told me, yo, I am full. So I gotta offload, get that off of the SD card right now. Now, when I'm shooting longer periods of time, I know I'll bring extra SD cards first of all, but I'll bring the extra stuff to make sure that I get it on my hard drive straight away as well. So I'm taking a break. I've been standing for a long time as well, and I'm still in recovery mode. It's going better, but after I stood for some time, I don't know, doesn't feel that comfortable yet in the leg. So taking that breather, but at the same time making sure I put in work. Now in this case, I'm also doing this. This is part of the daily job now. Now look, like I've been explaining, this is basically the first day that I got to get into the new schedule for this year, because school started today. So it started this morning at 6. We get up early. So I took the kids to school today. I get up early because I know everything's going to take longer than I want it to take. Now, I can get things done with the kids faster, but then I have to be like the drill sergeant in the morning, and I have to be like following them around like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get in the shower. All right, wash, get out, teeth, get done, get your clothes on, you name it. I don't want that stress in the morning. I'd rather give all of us that little bit of extra time. So I get up first. I shower, get that done. Then my oldest will come out. He'll start to do his thing. At the same time, I can get like breakfast ready and get the food for school ready, you name it, all of that stuff. So that's morning ritual for the Mondays at least, because I got everything planned out also when it comes to that. So even the family part is planned for a large portion. Took the kids to school. After I'd done that, they go to different schools, so you have to travel a little bit more. After that, went to the gym, got my workout in, did chest, a little bit of shoulders, felt good. I had enough sleep, so definitely I felt okay. And then I had to do a little bit of work at home first, and then I came back here. Now, I also have to do a lot of editing still for the podcast. That's a mistake I made yesterday in not a mistake in my planning, but I was supposed to shoot the podcast on Sunday and edit it so I can just release it on Monday. But sleep is my number one priority at this time. So I wasn't ready yesterday, but I said, no, I'm not going to stay up and finish that podcast. Even though I want to get it out today, and now I have to finish it now, I need to make sure I get that sleep right first. That's for me personally. I know the sleep is so important, so I got to get that right. So I had to stop working and get that sleep in. That's just the way it is right now. I want to get those 7-8 hours every day. Now, in a while, my body's going to tell me if it prefers to have 8 or if 7 is plenty. If I wake up every day at 5 because that's all I needed, then I know that that's the case. And then I'll actually wake up at 5. I'll start working then. But for now, I have to really push myself to get that sleep. Once I get enough sleep every day, I become sharper, get more productive. My body needs less energy from bad sources, so I don't have the sugar cravings the same way. You start to eat less. So it is the most essential thing for me to make sure that I can succeed in the things I have planned. If I start with depriving myself of sleep, I know for a fact that none of the goals are going to be achieved. It is that simple for me. Now, you might be younger, and I was there as well, where I could stay up for multiple days, and I spent more than a few years of my life sleeping maybe 3 to 4 hours a night, which is terrible. But when you're young, it's whatever, and you're not really feeling it. I know now, and I know a lot of you might be in that little bit later stage. You might be over 30, then you start to feel things. Once you get over 40, you start to feel things a little bit more. You need it. Now, I know I still have plenty of years of life in me, plenty productive years. Could be in like another 40, 50 where I do a lot of stuff easily, if nothing bad happens, but that could be the case. that I could do that for a long time. I do have to take into consideration the fact that I need more, my body needs more to recover. And sleep is the number one thing, especially with the workouts and stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to have like muscle aches every day and nah. So, yeah. That caused my schedule today to be off already because I was supposed to upload the podcast at 10. That's definitely not the case. But I've already explained these first couple of weeks are going to be that transition period to help me see, all right, this is how I have everything planned. Does it work or doesn't it work? You cannot create the perfect plan in advance. You have to make a plan, execute, then you're going to find out if things actually work. So that's the case for me. So I have to shoot now. I have to also find time to do that editing because the podcast needs to go out. So probably before I start shooting again, I'm going to do that. Get that podcast ready, get it out, and maybe even record or edit one of the video clips from the podcast because that should be out today. But if I feel that the timing is not there, I'll wait and I'll drop that video tomorrow. But I prefer to have it today because I don't want the viewers to feel like this series is like the new main content on the channel. So I try whenever I can to make sure that there's at least one other type of video in between the Journey series videos. But if it's not the case, then it's not the case, and then this is the next video. We'll see. Now, yesterday I had the issue with the SD card. And let me give you a quick look at my bag. I have a couple of things here that came out the bag. So this is like one of the cases I use. This is what holds that camera right there. It fits the cam. It fits the microphone that's on the cam. That's a Rode Video Micro. It also has like a GoPro in there just in case I'm in a situation where that comes in handy. Spare battery. That's it. This is like my go-to little case that I always have with me with the M50 that's recording me right there. M50 is a Canon camera. It's like a compact camera with a flip-out screen. I really like it. Then I have this little pouch in there. That's like I don't know. You can call it a toiletry kit, but it has all sorts of things that I might need whenever I'm doing long days. It has like deodorant. It has some facial cream in there. I need to add some more things. That's like one of those things that's in your bag. You never need it until you need it, and then you have it. So simple things like I have like ibuprofen in here. If I ever have a headache, same thing as Advil, I have that in here. So I always have that in my bag. You never know when you run into a situation where something like that is needed. I just need to put like some gum or mints in there as well, just in case you run into that situation where you're like, okay, I need help. Then you have it there. Now, this is the one that's important right now. This is what caused the mistake yesterday. This is like my bag that I use to bring a lot of the memory stuff. So I'll show you that in a minute. This holds like my small, this is like a small Samsung hard drive. Super small, super handy. Then I have the guy I need right now. Let me get that out. That's also a hard drive. Pretty small. This one's like, I think this is like a 4 gig hard drive right there. And Samsung is smaller. It's only like 4 terabyte, and this is like 256 or 512. I don't remember, but it's super fast. A couple cables, but here, right here, I have to push it out. That's the one I needed. This little guy, and it was tucked away, so I didn't see it when I unloaded the rest of the stuff the other day. That's the one I needed. So that's that. And then I have my laptop in there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just connect this one to the MacBook and take the files off the SD card that was just in my other camera. So that's empty again. I can start recording again. Yeah, this right here, that's also a lifesaver. Just a little pouch, and this has like AA batteries. Just needed 2. I had 4 in here, just needed 2, so I took 2 for my transmitter for the mic because that died on me. So luckily, batteries You got the AAA, got 4 of those. It's got like a GoPro battery. Just all those little things like we talked about yesterday with being prepared. You want to have that stuff if content creation becomes something that you do. For DJing, it's the same thing. You always have to make sure you bring all that stuff. So that's my day right now. I'm going to offload, then I'm going to edit that podcast, make that happen. I'll try to do 2 more posts on social. I think I have to do LinkedIn and 1 more now. I had a couple planned in and a couple not yet, so I have to fix that. And then tonight, I actually have to go to a class. That's something totally non-music DJ related. It is sports related. I'll talk more about that later, but it's kind of like a course. So I have to be educated more. That's going to happen tonight. And that's going to end tonight because as soon as I get home from that, I'm going to go to bed to make sure I get my 8 hours in. It is so important. I'm going to stress that a lot in the coming weeks. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Not just to let you know, but also to push myself. I have to really, really stay on that. There's been so many nights, especially if you're like a creative person, that you just push on. You see the clock, you see the time, but you just continue on. You go back behind that set or you go back behind that computer, and before you know it, it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 a.m. You're still behind that computer. And I still had that happen to me when I knew I had to get up at 6 to take kids to school. So I have to really prevent that from happening by consciously telling myself, no, even though you're not done, you have to fix it tomorrow. You have to get that sleep right, so you stop now and go to bed. Simple as that. It's going to take me a while. It's going to be a little bit of a battle because I'm the guy who wants to finish that stuff. I want to get the edit done. I want to get the video up. I want to get a post out, whatever it is. Or I've been working, but now I want to do something else. And I have to just stop, fix that first, get that sleep right. It's so important. It's going to help me out in so many ways. So, yeah, man. That's what it is. So I just want to say thanks for tuning into these videos. I'm glad you like this series. It's something new for me, like I said. So this was a small in my bag video. This wasn't even the camera bag from yesterday. This is like my normal travel bag. That's why it's so important that you start packing stuff into these different types of cubes and pouches, because I can take most of these, except the big UDG one, but the other ones can just go straight into that other bag as well. So I forgot one. See? Good that I mentioned it. There's one more in here. This is my little tech pouch. It's crazy the amount of stuff that I actually bring, but all of this stuff comes in at times. This is the lifesaver right here. That's like a 10,000 milliamp battery to charge phones, GoPros, you name it. It has 2 ports, so I can charge my phone and a GoPro or a camera at the same time. Not that much interesting in here. There's a pen in here, a couple of RCA to jack plugs, little tool, multi-tool, USB cable. It's not that interesting, and a lens pen, some business cards to always have on you. But that's like one more thing that's in the bag. But once you get used to that system and you have stuff in your in these pouches, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 pouches. You take them out one bag, you put them in the other. But if everything's in there, you don't lose stuff that easily either. All right, that's it. I'm out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.